ओम शांति। ओम शांति। ओम शांति भवन में बैठे हैं। बाबा मामा सामने खड़े हैं।
Baba and Mama are standing in front of
चक्कर
us,
सामने दिखाई पड़ता है।
and in front of me I can see the cycle also.
यहाँ बाबा तपस्या में बैठा है,
And
यहाँ खड़ा
behind
है
me,
बाबा।
Baba is doing tapasya, and then on one side, Baba is standing.
चक्कर की याद दिला रहा है।
It is reminding me of the knowledge of the cycle.
तो साइलेंस में बैठे आप लोगों को कोई क्वेश्चन तो उठाऊंगा क्या आज?
You may
Om
be
Shanti
wondering
Bhawan, क्या सुनेंगे,
today
क्या सुनाएंगे,
what will
देखेंगे, क्या
Dadi be
सुनाएंगे,
speaking about.
देखेंगे क्या सुनाएंगे।
Going into silence, Dadi
ऐसे नहीं
sees
शांत
what
में बैठ के क्या
should
सुनाना
be
है, ये नहीं सोचेंगे।
spoken. Dadi doesn't think about what to
ये
speak
सोचना है, क्या
beforehand,
सुनाना है।
because it isn't something that you have to think about beforehand.
तो शांति का परवाह नहीं रहेगा।
Because if you do that, then there will not be the influence of silence.
पर ओम शांति भवन में आने के पहले सोचना है तो क्या सुनाना है।
So before coming into Om Shanti Bhavan, one thinks about what to share.
कि ओम शांति भवन में आना माना
Coming into Om Shanti Bhavan means all awareness comes, all the different aspects of awareness. The place
का मैं तो स्थान का
has
महत्व बहुत है।
importance, very
कहाँ
great
जाते?
importance.
जहाँ बाप दादा की कितना बारी
Where Bab Dada has come so many times since 1983. This building has been there especially for Bab Dada's coming in 1983.
कितना सुख पाया हुआ है।
And we have received so much happiness in this building through Baba's coming.
कितनी सेवाएं हुई है।
So much service has taken place within this building.
तो पहले स्थानीय
So first the place
पाँव रखते खींचता है, कहाँ बैठे हैं।
makes you aware, where are you sitting, what has been happening in this place.
कमाल है बाबा आपकी।
It is Baba's wonder.
हमको बच्चा अपना बच्चा बना है हमारे लिए कितना।
Baba made us his
कैसे
children
हमारी पढ़ाई होवे, किस
and
तरह से
he
कमाई
taught
होवे,
us
इनकी
and
भविष्य इतना ऊंचा बने।
created such a high future for us, so much income. Baba has so many plans for us.
तो practically आंखें देख रही है, अनुभव कर
And
रही है।
practically I am experiencing these and seeing them with my own eyes coming to fruition.
सिर्फ हमारी ये आंखें जो है ना,
Just our
देख
eyes
देख
keep seeing the things of Baba.
अनुभव करते देखते
We are experiencing and
अंदर अपने से
seeing
पूछते मेरे अंदर
and
क्या है।
inside asking ourselves, what is there within me?
मेरे अंदर खोल के देखे अंदर मेरे क्या है।
Open up yourself and see what is there inside you.
अंदर भगवान के बोल
The
भगवत
words
गीता
of God, the Bhagavad and the Gita, not the Mahabharata, because that's the war story. But at the time of the war, the giver of the knowledge of the Gita came to give knowledge, and Bhagavad is about the activities of Baba with his children.
तो हर एक बाबा कहते हैं,
Baba says,
आज बाबा ने कहा
and Baba said today,
बाबा ने कैसे ब्रह्मा और
how
ब्राह्मण
Shiv
कहाँ से
Baba
आए।
came to Brahma and where did the Brahmins come from.
पहले ब्रह्मा
First there is
द्वारा
Brahma,
adopt किया
and then through Brahma there is the adoption of Brahmins.
हम ब्राह्मण हैं।
We are all Brahmins.
है अंदर में अंदर से है।
So inside you have that feeling that this is who you
भक्ति में
are.
ब्राह्मणों की
In the path of
भारत में भावना
bhakti,
ब्राह्मणों के लिए बहुत है।
people have a lot of regard for Brahmins, which doesn't exist in other religions.
भारत में ब्राह्मणों के लिए
In Bharat, for
के बगैर कुछ
Brahmins,
आगे
They say nothing can be done without Brahmins. You need a Brahmin for birth, for marriage, for death, for telling the religious stories. For every ritual, a Brahmin is required. Because the Brahmins have done good service during the time of the confluence age. Because a Brahmin is a server. Shiv Baba, through Brahma, had adopted us. Just as we surrendered, just as Baba surrendered to Shiv Baba, Shiv Baba made him surrender to him, and he created the yajna. And so there is such secret plans within God. I will come, I will make him surrender to me, I will create the yajna, and then we will adopt Brahmins. Service is being done, and then through that service the status of a deity is attained in the future. It is now that one must become completely filled with all divine virtues, and Baba has given very good teachings for this. From God, from the Supreme Soul, take his virtues as your inheritance, as your right. And in order to take this, you need power, and Baba says, I give you the power to take the inheritance of my virtues. You also need power, which Baba gives, to inculcate those virtues. Sometimes you may be making effort, and there is a very good virtue you want to inculcate, and you would say, if I had this virtue, that would be very good. But there is a but. There are such weaknesses that it doesn't allow us to inculcate those virtues. Good virtues, weakness prevents you from inculcating good quality virtues, and so Baba gives us the power to destroy those weaknesses so that we can then inculcate those virtues, godly virtues. Not human virtues. Yes, people have very good human virtues, but those are human virtues, and they contain arrogance. No matter how good some people may be, but if they have arrogance of their virtues, then those virtues are not good. And that will not give me any power. I'm telling you some deep points. Sometimes some mistakes emerge from our mouths, and we say that this non-jnani is better than a jnani. Sometimes these words emerge. We say these non-jnanis are better than this jnani person, and they have very good virtues. And this one doesn't have virtues. And Mama had caught our ears. That, what did you say? Because this is the child of Brahma Baba. He has accepted the Supreme Father as his father. He became his child, became his student, and is studying. And you say that somebody who doesn't have a clue who God is better than this one who became the child of God. And that one doesn't even have a desire for that, and you think that one is better than a Brahmin, this one who's in his own arrogance and who likes to hear his own praise. Maybe it's a sadhu or a mahatma, or some important person of a religion or politics, and we say they are good, better than a Brahmin. What are we speaking
सूक्ष्म
about?
अंदर जाएं,
Go inside subtly.
इच्छा कुछ भी न रहे, पर अच्छा
There
कैसा बनना
shouldn't
है
be any
वो हमारे पास clear
desires,
picture होनी
but we have to
चाहिए।
have a clear picture of exactly what is good.
मुझे अच्छा बनना है तो किस
If I want to become
तरह
good, then
अच्छा?
what exactly does that mean?
मैं अच्छा हूँ नहीं,
Not I
पर
am
इच्छा
good.
भी नहीं,
I
अच्छा भी
don't
हूँ
have
ये नहीं।
any desires, but there is the desire to be good.
कोई इच्छा भी नहीं,
There are no
पर मैं अच्छी
desires,
हूँ ये भी नहीं।
but it's not that I am
पहले से तो अच्छी
good.
हूँ ना,
I
इनसे
am
तो अच्छी
better
हूँ
than
ना,
I
ये भी नहीं।
was. No, we can't say that. I am better than somebody else. No, we
मैं
can't say
कौन हूँ,
that
कैसे?
either. Who am I? How am
पर
I?
अंदर ही अंदर
We have to
है।
go deep inside.
अपन को देखने के लिए
And in order to see oneself,
आंख चाहिए
you need eyes,
और आईना आईना चाहिए।
and you also need a mirror.
आईना हो आंख न हो, आंख
If
हो
you
आईना
have
न
a
हो,
mirror but no eyes, or if you have eyes but no mirror, it's insufficient.
मेरे पास आईना है पर देखने की आंख नहीं है।
I have a mirror, but
आंख
I
है पर
don't have
आईना
the
नहीं
eyes
है।
to see. I have eyes, but I don't have the mirror in which to look.
आंख भी चाहिए, आईना भी चाहिए।
You need both.
अपने आप को आईने में देखने से पता चलता है मैं कौन
By
हूँ।
looking at yourself in the mirror, you can know who am I.
आईने में पता चलता है मैं कौन हूँ।
You see yourself in the mirror.
अंदर से तीसरे नेत्र से देखूं मैं कौन, तीसरे नेत्र में
And
कौन
see
हूँ।
within, through your third eye, who am I?
जो बाबा की साकार मुरली, हर मुरली
In each and every murli of Baba's,
मानी बनने
the
की
Sakar
मेहनत
Murlis,
है।
Baba says, make the effort to become soul conscious.
देई अभिमानी स्थिति में रहने की जो
The effort to remain
स्वेच्छा
in a state
बड़ी
of
तीव्र
soul
चाहिए।
consciousness requires a very deep inner personal desire.
जो पता चले आईने में तीसरे
So
नेत्र
that
खोल
you
के
would
आईने में
know,
पता चले
open up your third
कितना
eye and look
देह
into the
अभिमान
mirror
से
and see to what
मुझे
extent
छुटकारा मिला है।
you have become free from body consciousness.
किसी प्रकार से भी देह अभिमान मेरे ऊपर घेराव
There
करके तो नहीं बैठा
shouldn't
हुआ
be
है।
any kind of body consciousness that is surrounding me and trapping me,
देह अभिमान एक घेराव करता है।
because body consciousness surrounds us like a military
अंदर से
action of
खींचता
surrounding,
है अपनी
and the
तरफ,
other thing is that it
खींचता है।
pulls us towards itself.
अच्छा समझा के अच्छा बनमान करके
You
मुझे
think
अच्छा
you're
बता
good,
करके तो अच्छे अच्छे ऐसे
and
करके
you think
खींचता है।
you get pulled by this idea that this would be good and that would be good, and you look good, but it's not really good.
न खींचे न मेरे को घेराव करे।
And so nothing should pull me and nothing should surround me and entrap
इतना
me.
अपने आप को अंदर से
Internally, regarding one's own self,
देखने की आंख
there has
खुली
to be
रहे।
the eyes to see oneself remaining fully wide open.
तीसरा नेत्र
The third eye
खुला रहे,
should remain
आईना
open,
साफ हो।
and the mirror should be clean.
शीशा साफ रखते हैं।
People
बार बार
keep
अच्छी तरह से हमें दिखाई पड़े
the
बार
window
रोशनी आ रही,
clean
रोशनी
so
आ
that
रही
light
सब।
should come and you should be able to see clearly
और
outside.
आईने से रोशनी नहीं आती है,
Light doesn't come from a mirror,
आईने से रोशनी आती है,
does it?
शीशे से रोशनी आएगी।
Light comes through the
खिड़कियाँ क्यों
window
रखते हैं?
pane,
आईने से क्या दिखाई पड़ता है?
but what can you see in the mirror?
अपना आप दिखाई पड़ता है
You see your own self.
और कुछ नहीं दिखाई पड़ता।
You don't see anything else.
उसके पीछे क्या है उसमें
And what's
मेरा मतलब
behind
नहीं है।
you is not of any relevance.
तो हमेशा मम्मा बाबा को सामने रखो ना,
Always
तो वो
keep Mama
कैसे
and
अपने
Baba
आप को
in front of
देख-
you
देख-
and
देख-
keep
देख
looking
लक्ष्मी
at
नारायण
yourself and see how they looked at themselves, and by doing that became Lakshmi and
अपने आप
Narayan.
को देखते देखते देखते
They
देखते
continued to look at
हमको भी देख रहे हैं
themselves,
बनाने
and
के
we were
लिए।
also seeing them looking
पर
at
खुद को
themselves
कभी
and creating
देखना,
themselves, but to look at one's
इतना
own
जो
self,
नाद का मिसाल है अपन को देख तो सही।
There is a story about Narad where he was told to look at his face in the mirror and he saw that he had a monkey face due to anger. Have you become worthy to be like Lakshmi and Narayan, or are you busy in comparisons? Narad was the most elevated of all devotees. He was a great devotee because all day he was telling everybody that God is coming, and everybody was making excuses that they are not going to come to heaven. They can't because of one reason or another. Narad was giving messages to everybody, but he didn't have time to look at himself, and so somebody drew his attention that look at your own self in the mirror and see what you're like. So now we have just very few days before Baba is coming. We have received our homework. What did we all see inside ourselves? How much have we seen? How do you know? What did you get from Baba? You see that in the mirror, that this is what I got from Baba, and it's being used. We don't keep it, but it is a jewelry box to give jewels to others, because we have to have, on the one hand we have a jewelry box full of decorations for others, and the other hand we have a mirror to look at the self and make sure we look fine. How do you know what you look like if you don't check in the mirror? You have to put a tika on your forehead, but you have to look in the mirror to get it in the right place. And it is our principle of the confluence age that Brahmins cannot put tikas on their own forehead, they put it on other people's foreheads. You know this in Bharat. Nobody can put a tika on a Brahmin's forehead of any other caste, but only another Brahmin can put a tika on a Brahmin's forehead. And so this is the tika of victory. We have to put it on our own self. Nobody can put it on us. We put it on our own selves. Those who follow the methods in the proper way, they place the tilak of victory on themselves, and the other is a tilak of self-awareness, and the other is the tilak of kingship, the being anointed as a king. And so when somebody is married, she puts a tilak on her forehead to indicate that she's married, and there is a tilak to indicate victory, that is the victory through faith. So our Brahman life is such an elevated life. It seems that in our Brahman life we shouldn't forget our childhood, and we cannot forget it. And I have never forgotten the childhood, from the early morning till night, the godly childhood, which has created the sanskaras within the self, the sanskaras of childhood. Because I am the child of God, it's nothing to do with the age of the body. Does it? I am a student. We have been studying for so many years, and we're still studying, and we must continue to study as long as the soul is in this body. It is our student life. We saw Mama and Baba. There is the feeling of learning always within them, and great respect for the one who is teaching.
सिखाने वाले के लिए बड़ा रिस्पेक्ट है.
One must have great respect for the one who is teaching.
सिखाने वाले के लिए रिस्पेक्ट है माना.
If there is respect for the one who is teaching, then the knowledge which he is giving is so elevated, and it is this that increases one's self-respect. And then you produce respect for yourself in the hearts of others. Somebody who's not paying attention on the study and who isn't a good student, within the history of the yajna, people do not have respect for that person. They say, okay, yeah, he's all right, he's sitting there. But if a person doesn't have respect for the study or the person who teaches, they cannot have respect for themselves, nor can others respect them. Baba speaking about the mirror and the eyes, both of them are very useful. Baba has made us the third-eyed ones and shown us the vision of the three worlds and the three aspects of time. You see your face in the mirror, that you are the three knowledge of the three aspects of time. You know the knowledge of the beginning, continuation, and end of time. And you see that your thoughts, words, and actions are according to that awareness. You have the third eye so that you can see, and you have the knowledge of the three aspects of time so that you can understand. The one who teaches is up above. Incorporeal Shiva, the Supreme Soul. He gives a signal that he has come from his home in the soul world. He has adopted this body of 5 elements to play his part, because such a body, there is no body up there. And we have this understanding of the home. Any founder of a religion cannot give us that. Only the Supreme Father who dwells there, who becomes our guide and comes here to take us there, he is the one who can give us awareness of the home, so that I now have the awareness of the home. If you have the awareness of the home, immediately you can put everything, pack everything up, and withdraw from everything immediately, because you have to go. To pack everything up and become free. To merge everything. Make everything profitable. If you have everything spread all over the place and you haven't thought about packing everything up, then who are you? Mama had said that a person like that is a householder, and householder want to spread everything around, and they want this and they want that, all sorts of chachkas everywhere. And we have received the direction from Baba that remain in your household situation, but in a stage of detachment. So what does that mean? It means that your household nature of having the family and thinking about the children, what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen to me, what's going to happen to my children, these kinds of thoughts doesn't allow you to become a lotus flower. The study is to remain as a lotus flower detached and beyond, and to become a rose. What is the study? Wherever anyone is, the study of becoming detached like a lotus flower in this water which is dirty. It shouldn't splash me because I am a Brahmin. No dirty water can splash me at all. There is cleanliness in thoughts, in drishti, in attitude, in behavior, in your face. And the elevated Brahman has that concern and that feeling within themselves. An elevated Brahman is concerned about all these aspects, their drishti, vritti, words, behavior, so that whoever comes in front of them, they get a feeling, whether you say anything to them or not, but they feel what you are. Sometimes, talking about 2 or 3 years ago, Dadi and Dadi Prakashmani were speaking together. It emerged from Dadi that all of this is from good feelings, the good faith. This whole yajna is feeling, some souls have very good feelings, and because of that the yajna is running. The good feelings in such a pure place, people get very good pure feelings because of the place, and their inner feelings are actually transformed by the quality, the pure quality of this place. It becomes clear what is true and what is false, and they have the feeling that they inculcate inculcate truthfulness. Baba said that in bhakti there is bhavna, good feelings, good faith. Somebody has faith in Ganesh or Hanuman, then God will please them by giving them a vision of the one who they are having faith in, and it makes them happy. Somebody likes a goddess, and so they want to get an experience from that goddess and fulfill their desires. But now God is with us, and the feeling that is within us for Him is not for temporary attainments, not for some happiness for a short period of time. Once, I remember, whether I heard it from Sakar Baba or Avyak Baba, he said one is to be totally focused on becoming a deity, and the other is to be happy seeing somebody else becoming that. So do you understand what I'm talking about? One thing is to make yourself a deity and be totally real, totally true, just like Baba. Not because you want somebody to worship you, but you just feel that you must become full of specialities and virtues to be like Baba, because Baba is decorating the soul so much. And then the other is to be happy seeing somebody being that way, so well decorated and well developed like a deity. They say, okay, this is good. And some people like to put decorations on somebody. One is the one who decorates another person, the other is the one who looks at them, and the other one is the one for whom all this is happening. So who am I? Which one of those am I? One day, think of only one thing from the morning to the night. Just who am I? Think only that. Go into the depth of that. Even for 1 hour, just who am I? Who am I? Who am I?
Who am I?
and finish off all other things, leave aside all other things, so there's nothing else at all in your mind, just who am I? Go into the depth of it and you will enjoy it very much. Your eyes will be wide open and you'll see yourself clearly in the mirror, and you'll say, Baba gives drishti and looks at you, sees, yes, how is my child? This is my child of the previous kalpa, and I say, yes, this is me, I am the one of the previous kalpa. Just 1 or 2 hours, if you can stay in that quality, that essence, is a very, very good way to understand yourself and to change yourself. Just not a big thing, is only that, just who am I, what am I? And then the mirror is clear and clean and you become visible to yourself. So sit in that focus. First of all, the parents decorate the child themselves because it's a small child. When the child gets big, then they see how the child does their hair and puts on their other decorations by itself. The parents bathe the child, but then the child bathes him or her own self and makes the self ready. You have at least that much intelligence. Whose child am I? And now there are many different ways of having effort, but the early ways of making effort were very good. And those who made their effort according to those ways, their stage is not up and down, and they are not full of mischief. But they're doing their effort from their heart, and it's not for show or wasting their time in worries about somebody else. They say, no, all are fine. And that always it will be the feeling wherever I am, what do I have to do now? Why did God give me this understanding? Not, this is good, this is bad, this shouldn't be happening. This is not why Baba sent me for service. To think about things like this is not good for my personal development. What can I get out of that? How will I get development? And what have I, the soul, received from the Supreme Being, and what am I distributing to other souls? I am the child of God. If anybody really feels this, that I am the child of God, then all this feelings of loukicness will disappear, because there is that alokik spiritual feeling when you know I am the child of God. You have to change, as Baba had said in today's Murali, change the loukik stage into the alokik stage. So there isn't even the slightest bit of loukicness in your feelings or behavior or drishti or speech. Nothing ordinary about you. And then other thoughts has come. This is practical things. As much as we go deep into ourselves, and we look and see what has Baba given to us, and then in our heart is what Baba has given to me in my heart, or is something else in my heart. If those things are in my heart, then if the things of Baba are in my heart, then it feels as though I will be in Dilwara Mandar. This is the happiness of taking the things of Baba into the heart. This Baba has said the temple of Dilwara is our memorial. Do you have that feeling inside that this temple is my memorial? They made such a good temple. But this is my memorial. I probably went only once to Dilwara temple. Baba said, child, go and see which is your little niche in Dilwara temple. Where is your statue? I didn't go into other things, but Baba had said, go and see which is your niche in Dilwara temple. So God has told me, so it's very firm in me that yes, my memorial is there. He said, have you ever seen Pushkar? I never thought about going to Pushkar, so temple of Brahma, not far from Mount Abu. He said, go and see. There's just one Pushkar, which has the memorial of Brahma. There is the model of heaven there. Baba is reminding us of who we are. I have to ask myself, who am I? In every Murli, Baba says, you are my child, you know who you are, you know this, you know this, you know you are Baba's child. And I say, yes, yes, you have said this and I am this. You have reminded me. And this is also an experience. The power of this experience is empowering your entire Brahmin life and helping you in a very, very good way. It's as if it is the power of God that you receive in this Brahmin life. It's great for our own selves, but many people should receive this kind of life through us as instruments. It is through we children. Why are we worship? Because Baba says, you children have created heaven. Baba has made you worthy, and so you must become worthy. And there is this feeling at the confluence age that the golden aged world, what will it be like? It should be visible that one is Kali Yuga and the other is Satyug. Janti Ben had sat in Delhi for an hour and a half. But it felt, where should I go? There were such bad television shows in front. You had to, if I close the eyes, it seems I'm sick or falling asleep, and whole day long people are exposed to such bad things. How can they watch the TV? Okay, it is the job of people to make such programs. But the people who sit and watch them, what's happening to their eyes, and they are wanting to make sure they see the TV all the time, and they want to see who is sitting there. As little old ladies are sitting in front of TV, nodding off. Very good people. The governor is sitting here, the governor of Himachal. Now, should I see him or should I see the TV? So look at yourself and see, who am I? When Baba comes, and we children sit in front of him, he sees the children in front of himself, and those who are far away, they're also seen in front of Baba. He sees everyone in front of him and explains. So also think, wherever I am in front of Baba and Baba's in front of me. This is a good, true way to have spiritual effort. I am in front of Baba wherever I am. It is a great fortune here in Madhuban physically to be in front of Baba, but wherever you are, you're in front of Baba. And ask yourself, who am I? I am Baba's. This is my student life. And Baba is making such an example. Anyone says, yes, I heard about it, but now I've seen what Brahma Kumaris are. You see the whole world. This was Baba's plan to teach us children. And people from all corners of the world have emerged. The children have come to understand who am I and who do I belong to, and I am the one of the previous kalpa. So now what to do? Now you have to merge everything, pack it all up, you have to go now. What is the effort? What is the effort? What is the service? That is asking Jayantiben and Dr. Nirmala. You would say we haven't done anything. Whatever Baba has given, we went and gave it to others. And we just have to immediately pack everything up. Surrender means what? What do I keep with myself? Nothing. You receive so much. What do you need to hold on to? What is Baba giving? What am I going to do? We have to make everything profitable. If you hold on to it, then your intellect will go into it. If you donate everything, it will all be full of profit. This is the story from the beginning of the yagya. Whatever has come into the yagya, and so if there's some wheat, it went into everyone's stomach. Wheat came, ghee came, sugar came, we made halva, we offered bhog to Baba and everyone ate it, so that was profit. Everything went into everyone's stomach, very good. My entire life I have a guarantee that I will get food for 84 births. Because if you don't have to worry in your last birth, God is feeding, he has no worries. Have this intoxication, God is going to feed me, I don't have any worries at all about where the next meal is coming, and whatever Baba is feeding us, he gives such good food. And we never had the thought to earn money in the entire kalpa. This is Dadi's guarantee. This is the awareness of the previous kalpa. It is our duty to make effort. The gardener is the best work of all. He himself doesn't eat the fruit, but he gives the fruit to everyone else. And he's very happy about this. He plants the seed according to the right season and time. He doesn't waste his time. And he cultivates it very well. He won't just sit there, but he will make sure the plants are growing nicely. And he will make his little hut there in the fields so that he can watch And he has a very good connection with the master of the garden. Baba says, yeah, this is my gardener. Baba said, first make a flower, okay, the lotus flower, and then make a rose so everyone will enjoy the fragrance and color of that. Make sure nobody gets pricked by the thorns, but that they enjoy the blossom. And he said, oh, you didn't even become a gardener. I didn't know I had to become a gardener. Baba says, come, make the garden ready so that Baba can come. And then you ask yourself, who am I? Am I a lotus or am I a rose? Okay, did you do the work of a gardener? What do you think? What does a gardener do? He makes sure everything is working nicely in the garden. It's a very simple. I went to Himachal and people have made so much effort in the farms to make really good farms that are fruitful. And people are very happy there. Because they've got good water and sunshine and everything. They keep very simple homes, but a lot of happiness. And so this is the best job of all, to be a gardener. So who am I? And the master says, ah yes, my gardener is very fine. And of course there are leaves and everything and grass. The garden has not just only flowers in it, but trees and bushes. And he doesn't say, what is this? In Orissa there were wonderful date trees, sorry, not date trees, cashew trees. And so we could eat fresh cashews from the cashew bushes. And in our garden we had such cashew bushes. I'm very happy to eat those. So who am I? I should at least be happy and do service and be happy. It's not that, oh, my service is very good and I'm proud of it. No, but I have service and I'm very happy doing it. And seeing the garden, this is Baba's garden, and it should be kept very nicely for Baba. Mama and Baba have planted the seeds of all the fruit of the service that we see all around. They went to Bombay, Delhi and Punjab, to UP. And they planted the seeds of all these service centers. So why are we showing our arrogance? Is there any necessity for that? My Mama and Baba, they lived very simply. Why are we worried about quality of living? If there's any tension in any BK, it means it's not going to be possible to get into the rosary of victory. How will you get a ticket to get in there? There shouldn't be anything pulling you. There shouldn't be any pull in your brain. Your brain and mind should be absolutely clear. And everything should be clearly visible to you. This is what you have to do, and do it now. And what is not suitable to do, then don't do it. Okay, leave it. And so my work is that according to my strength and whatever cooperation to do service and to remain in remembrance. This is our duty to do this. Because this is a family. Wherever we go, This is also a good, not hobby, but good feeling. Wherever you go, even if you go alone. I said to somebody today, in 1 month make 10 people ready. I have the experience that it can be done. Go alone, and within 1 month, if 10 are not ready, then there should be 10 people coming every day in the class. And then this is the teacher. Within a year, there should be at least 100. Otherwise, what have you done? Those who speak the knowledge from a true heart, 365 days a year, they should at least make some good Brahmins and show that. Otherwise, you just think that you are wonderful. You should get at least some blessings from someone and see how did these things happen. People say, how did you reach here? Then Baba has sent me. I had a lot of benefit from coming to these places. The server has service in every step. There has to be honesty and authentic effort to be real in your effort, and then seeing the truth. Let there be the pull of God. God is truth. He needs to be experienced, and people come to know this by company. But they got bad company that they stayed there and didn't come back. And those who they served, they became the servers of those. They became dependent on them, under their influence. You have to make sure that nobody becomes dependent on you and you become dependent on no one. It's not that if I go, then people I am service for, they disappear. They say, well, if I'm not there, they won't come. We cannot speak such a language. The lotus flower has a lot of clarity. To be detached. And then there is the rose, which gives many kinds of service. The lotus flower doesn't serve, but it's an example. Because the lotus flower can be an example for others. You can become like this, and by being detached you can draw the great power from the Supreme Being. Without being detached, you cannot draw the power of the Supreme Soul. Yes, you are creation, but be detached from that creation. And again ask yourself, who am I? For 3 or 4 days, do really true self-service, and you will really see clearly who you are. Am I a rose? Not just one kind of flower, but start the garden. Baba has made such a good rose garden. And who became the instrument? You say this is Baba's garden. It is God's garden. But who is the instrument? Yes, you become the instrument for such a beautiful garden. Madhuban is a beautiful garden, isn't it? Nobody will say, well, it's mine. It's Baba's. Everyone says it's Baba's. Then you again ask yourself, who am I? There shouldn't be that feeling of minus, possession, arrogance, but who am I?
उसमें बहुतों के बीच में हूँ या अकेली हूँ कोई
to
अकेले
be in the
होते बिल्कुल
middle
फुर्सत
of
नहीं अपने
many,
देखने को
be alone. Some people don't have time to look at themselves.
और इसमें टाइम अपने आप को अपन को देखने का
You
कोई
need time to look at yourself.
खास टाइम नहीं है पर देखने
Not
देखने से ही आगे
taking
बढ़ते
out
हैं
special time, but by
लगता है
looking at
उन्नति को पा रहे
yourself,
हैं
you
जो
feel
अपने
that
आप
you're
को देखते नहीं है
progressing.
उन्नति
If
को
you
नहीं पा
don't
रहे
look
हैं
at yourself, you
ना
won't
उनको
feel
देख करके
progress,
किसी उन्नति होती है
and then other people will not progress by looking at you.
जो हमारे शुरू शुरू की बात आती एक दो को सावधान करके
We
उन्नति को
used
पाओ
to caution one another and
यानी देख करके
progress,
उन्नति को पाओ
and see each other and progress by
उन्नति
taking
बहुत है
inspiration.
ओके अभी तो टाइम हुआ
And
बाकी
now
भाव
time
अर्थ
has
ये है मेरा
passed.
भाव
My main
भावना ये है अपने को
intention
देखने
and
में बस
feeling
हाँ
is to
हर्ष तो
look
मुख
at
है किसी का
yourself and really
चेहरे पर
enjoy.
जो ऐसे ना ऐसे पता नहीं चेहरा कैसा कैसा हो
There should
जाता
be such a happy face because of seeing yourself.
है वो थकावट का मेहनत का ये
Not the face of exhaustion
मैं
and
कौन हूँ
labor,
ऐसे
but who am I? In a second, have that happy realization.
ये चमके चमकता हुआ स्टार या आत्मा
This
स्टार
is the shining star of the soul glowing on the forehead.
वो पीछे होंगी पर सफलता
And it is the
पुरुषार्थ
matter
में
of
सफलता
success in
सफलता
service and
जहाँ जाओ
effort.
सफलता
Wherever you
सफलता
go, there is success upon success.
फिर मैं कौन हूँ
And then who am I?
अपन ये कौन है
Not who are
जो
they,
इसी
who are
चिंतन में
they.
रहता है वो मैं कौन को पता ही नहीं है मैं कौन हूँ
If you're looking at other people, you will never look at yourself and never see
जितना
who you
समय
are. As much time,
और किसी को दिल में सोचा रखा
don't
उतना
have.
समय अपन को भूला
If you have other things in your heart, you'll forget yourself.
याद करने की मेहनत करनी पड़ती
And then you'll have to have a lot of effort to establish yourself in
और उनको
remembrance.
देखने की मेहनत नहीं है वो
It's
तो
not
अपने आप दिखाई
effort
पड़ता है
to
ना
see other people because they're visible,
पर वो दिल में याद रहता है ना अपने आप
but then you start thinking of them in your heart.
नहीं वो
But no, you don't really have to deal with anybody. They're all doing their own parts. Knowledge of drama is very good. Baba's explained everything.
पर मुझे संगम युग की स्मृति रहे ये भाग्य
But
बाबा
I
याद
need
रहे
to
मेरा
maintain the awareness of the confluence age and
भाग्य।
Baba's
संगम युग की
remembrance.
स्मृति रहे, भाग्य रहे। समेट के सारा सफल करके
So
तैयार बैठे हैं
pack up
घर
everything,
जाने के लिए
be ready to
दरवाजा
go
खोले
home.
पहले मैं
The
जाऊंगी
door is open. I should go first.
बोलेगा बाबा
Baba will
मैं तो
open it,
ready रहूं ना
but I should be ready to go through.
कुछ काम रहा हुआ ना हो ये अपन को
Whether
silence
there's
check
any
करना
work
है
still to do or not,
दरवाजा
but
खोले तो मैं पहले जा सकती हूँ
if
या
the
कुछ
door opens, am I
पूछताछ
ready
हो
to
जाएगी
go, or should I just ask? No.